Welcome to ATB TV. Darren Dance here with Peter Morgandy at the front of Mitch Friedman's stables on this fine Friday morning, Pete. Given that it's so cold and we're in the back of the truck out of the cold and the wind.
Yes, it's not a very pleasant Ballarat morning, but it's alright in the truck, Darren.
Yep, well, this is our studio for the day.
Yeah, the back of the car wasn't warm enough, the back of the truck's okay.
Right. Let's go through last week's runners, Pete.
Yep.
You lead us through where we're going.
We go all the way back to last Thursday night. We had Angel Lass finish 7th, which I can't remember whether we spoke about her last week or not, but quickly it never panned out. She was wide, made a little run at him, and then
I think he probably couldn't have rode it much worse.
Probably
kicked up wide and then went back and gave a no hope really. Yeah. But yep, that's what happens when you decide to run from wide gates, and you can't have it each way. You either got to be aggressive, positive, or you got to go back. You can't sort of go forward and then go back.
No. Because
you know what happens then? You stay back.
And she probably knows everything to fall into place.
Yeah, she's
a little mare.
She won't be. This will be her last prep with us. I'll put it that way.
She was meant to run last night. We had a few little issues, and Robbie's got her nominated for a few races next week. So.
Right.
We go to Saturday where we had Yogi in the cup, and look, it just didn't work out for whatever reason, and that machine's gone off, Darren. I've got to hear it's better now.
That bloke's taken about 4 hours to wash that float out, but anyway.
Take 10 hours to clean this one out.
I can do this in an hour. Yes, Yogi, 2 Mile Sydney Cup, probably on a drawing heavy track, similar to 2 starts ago where he just doesn't handle it. He's got worse and worse out of the gates. So yeah, we're just in the process of looking at his future, and at this stage we're probably leaning towards retirement. He's been a great horse, and I'm sure at the end of this, Pete, you might put up some of his highlights.
Yeah, well, 38 odd starts, 8 win. I think he's nearly 50% top 3, which some people will find that hard to believe.
Given his racing pattern.
Yeah, and 670 odd thousand. It's not a bad return for the owners.
No, it's been a great fun horse for 4 years, but all good things must come to an end, so we'll confirm that in the next 24 hours. But stay tuned to the end of this, and Pete will put up his stats and maybe a couple of his finest moments.
Highlight probably the Sandown Cup win.
Yep.
On the Sunday we had a good day. We had a good result with the Jackalbury gelding, 3-year-old, first start, called Mitch Friedman just tunes in out the back.
Just turned up for work, has he?
Yeah, looks like he got his beanie on too. Chippewa Square, Taboo, 1 by 6. Looks like a real smart horse. I know it was a Sunday maiden at Mornington, but he couldn't have been no more impressive than what he was.
Well, I think he raced like he trialled.
Yeah.
And I know you were pretty keen when you saw him trial, and you managed to get an extra couple of houses out of the day, so you had a big go.
Lego.
No, he won well, 6 lengths untouched. Yeah, maybe he didn't beat much, but it's a long time since we've had a debut run a win like that, Pete.
He could have won by 12. Jai McNeil, hopefully he donated the 5% to the Royal Children's Hospital Appeal, because that would be the easiest ride you would ever have.
He's a jockey, he wouldn't be donating his bloody leftover lunch. But yeah, very good horse, good win, and pleasing to have a nice horse by Jackalbury in the stable.
Yeah, exactly. Same day, about an hour later, we had the little Strepos filly, Street Baby, with Daniel Bowman at stall. Good run.
Well, off the bridle before the bend. For those who know stall, it's pretty much a leader dominated, tight little track, and very hard to run on. And she's coming around the corner, midfield or worse, off the bridle, and we're thinking, oh well, she's going to run second last here, probably 1 run too many, blah blah blah. And then, I don't know, he changed the whip hand, and all of a sudden she let loose, and she was going 3 to their 1, and she charged and just missed to run second.
Beat the neck and wins by half a length at another 50. Yeah,
no, very good run. Looks like she's got plenty of talent.
Yep.
More than likely we'll go for a spell now.
Yeah,
we'll just see how she pulls up.
If you can find a 1400 on a big track, he'd probably be tempted to go again. But
she's got ability, and she'll be better with time.
Monday we had here to Fox at Sandown.
What was going on there?
It's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I think that overall.
What odds did you give it to be outside the leader?
I thought she'd be in the first 4 or 5. And look, when you look at it, they kicked up inside her, and he had to make a decision. Do you go back or do you go forward? He's rolled forward. Interesting, Mitch still reckons that the ground, she just doesn't let down. We've seen it before with her. She doesn't. Her turn of foot's taken away.
Well, we're trying to win a race in town before she goes to the breeding barn. But
look at this weather out here. We're not going to get much.
I don't know how we're going to find a top of the ground race for now, but anyway.
She's only beaten a length and a quarter.
It was a good run.
200 out, you would have thought she's going to struggle to sort of be 4 lengths from them, but the leader kicked away, and then that group chasing then got past the leader, and she was amongst that group. So I think the winner goes all right too. So
sure. Well, it's going to a stakes race.
Yeah.
In Adelaide.
She's not far away.
No.
Just need the planets to align a bit.
Need a dry track and the right sort of pattern, I suppose.
She's definitely better ridden
cold.
Yeah.
Colder.
Yeah. Colder.
Colder, Pete.
Colder. Speaking of colder.
Who was cold?
Oh, he wasn't so much cold. He's in the infancy of his prep, Lord Lennox at sale.
Gee, he looked useless.
He was good his last 50.
Was he?
Does that help?
Was that the 50 coming back to scale?
Yeah, with Max Allen trying to work out what he's going to tell everyone.
I thought he looked fat and disinterested.
He's come up a long time off, so I suppose you'd want to see good improvement next start, and you probably will.
2 starts. You'd want to be winning in his next 2 starts.
He finished 10th, by the way, beat 4.5.
Not impressed. Looked good early, that horse.
Yeah, when he won at Geelong, 1600 metre.
He looked like a superstar, but jeez.
Yeah,
he better improve, Pete.
Prepared just to weigh another couple. If you weren't impressed with that, you were absolutely jumping off the West Gate with Motley Priest.
Well, lucky I'm in lockdown, Pete. There's no West Gate.
Well, that's a couple of dams full, mate.
Well, I don't know what the hell was going on there. Like, he went 4 yards and
he travelled sweetly for 400. Then he just absolutely spat the dummy out for whatever reason.
I don't know.
You know, like he just went.
He just didn't go.
But he went back through the field.
He trialled good, didn't he?
Yeah.
What did Jared Fry have to say?
He basically said what I said when he travelled sweetly, as much as he was 3 wide. And I know Jason probably wasn't happy that he was up there punching the breeze.
3 wide. First up underdone.
Yeah, and but you know, the jockeys always protect themselves a little bit. He said when he asked him, he just spat the dummy out.
Mate, I don't know.
He went back through the field as if he'd broken down.
Name the last horse we've had to go to the races.
It went that bad.
That's gone that bad.
There's probably some, but I can't think of them. Probably not many, actually. Not that bad.
No, I can't remember the
last
horse.
29 and a half.
I can't remember the last horse we've had go so bad.
Anyway, they're scoping him. You'd nearly hope that there's a virus or something coming on.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see what's going on. She was going to come and get a head collar and she realised we had the camera going. Yeah, good on her, she's got half a brain.
Yeah, well, she's ready to get the horse on. So anyway, we'll just wait and see what happens for the owners in terms of that vet check.
Well, I don't know how else control so good and go so bad.
Jamie Cut, apparently she works horses for Warren on a regular basis there, and her words to them was on his trial he's a top 3 or 4 chance.
Where?
No regard. Before yesterday, yeah, well maybe there.
Where's he going to run third? He can't run third anywhere. On that.
Not on that.
Anyway, guys,
let's hope we find something.
I don't understand. There better be an excuse because that was too bad to be true.
Last night, that was Thursday. We're talking. We're Friday.
Last night, Pete, you went the early crow.
So Jai McNeil. Now, I reckon he thought he was on Chippewa Square. What, did he?
I don't know what he's thinking, but when you take off at the 400 and kick 2 in front, you want to be a strong, good staying type. He did admit he went too early. We're talking about Crackerjack Lady.
It's the roundabout way of admitting he went too early. I better have a look at
Crackerjack Lady looked like it was going to win, and Weekend didn't. I don't know how it missed 4th, to be honest, but it got 5th.
Yeah, well, it missed 3rd.
Well, it was going to win 100 out, but gee, on the rail to stop it, he went. Like Pakenham, it's a 400 metre straight uphill, so if you've only got a 200 metre
3 metre incline.
If you only got a 200 metre sprint, you've got to be saved for it.
She travelled so sweetly in front too. Like the plans weren't to lead, but she just lobbed there, and I love the way she travelled.
Well, when she took off in the corner, you could see Ben Mellon on the odds-on favourite.
Well, they were all under pressure.
He went, "Oh shit!" Didn't he? You could see him panicking.
And then if you look back beyond them, the others were miles back. But look, I did. Dave Eustace put 2 questions to him. Did she not run the mile, or was the jockey a little bit keen on the trigger, and it was the latter?
gunslinger.
Chipper was
Went off early, eh?
Yeah.
Went off early.
Look,
but yeah, I was look,
Jai's
runs.
credit, he half admitted that he might have pushed the trigger a bit early. So.
Yeah, well, I think at the end of the day, that was a much better run by her.
Yeah,
and she's ready to win.
Given
the right circumstances.
I love the way she travelled. So you know, if you could get in behind and then
she looked a lot more seasoned.
Yep.
It's just taken a while to win that maiden.
So that's it for our runners. So
Righto.
a winner, a second, and a couple of
shockers.
A couple of shockers.
Now tonight.
Yeah, we've got La Pietra.
Friday night at Cranbourne. Thank God for lockdown.
Anywhere that side of the bloody Westgate Bridge, imagine it.
Yeah.
So she was good first up, just got a little bit tired, fitness-wise. She was wide.
From memory she was wide
yeah.
and she covered a bit of ground and she was good until the last 100 and I think she might have run 5th or 6th first up.
Only beaten a couple.
Tonight she draws well.
One.
At Cranbourne.
Jai redemption time.
We're either going to love him or hate him by the end of the week. But
1400, she gets a nice cosy
She
run.
should be running top 3.
Yep, I agree. With more to come. Now, Saturday's an interesting day, Darren.
Caulfield.
Owners and Breeders' Day. Big day, a lot of money.
Big money. Big money on offer. Can we get any of it?
Geez, I hope we can get bigger slices, not so much.
It's Vobis Day at Caulfield, so this is for all the Vobis horses. There's big bonuses on offer. Crazy money in a lot of ways.
Huge money for restricted races, aren't they?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great if you can get a bit of it. Can we get any of it? We've got 3 runners.
Well, you've got 3 homebreds in there. That's a good result.
I don't think right your names are homebred, is he?
No,
he was bred.
No, I'm not counting him.
Who are you counting?
Broadway and 4th,
yes.
which is not in our sort of
colours.
No.
But,
But
so we've got 4.
it's a good effort to get 3 homebreds.
3 homebreds at Caulfield in Vobis. It'll be a good effort if they can actually win some money.
Be a good multi.
Last time we went copper hoot, you know what happened?
Flat out.
Rooster in the
Did we
morning,
beat
feather duster at
I don't
dusk.
think we beat one also for 3 runners, did we?
Mate, we were crowing like a rooster and we ended up hanging like a feathered duster.
They were clean of dust.
I'm sort of reining myself in.
We'll start with the lesser of our 3 chances by the bookmakers odds, which is right in home. I think he's in the opening race.
He's in race 1.
1400 metre benchmark 78.
What time's that race?
That I can't tell you.
Well, if it's at 12:30, I could be out in the paddock at 12:45.
Yeah. Well, that's a bit like 3 weeks
16
ago.
to 1, Pete.
Yeah, kid on. They think the claim may help. A couple of kilos off.
They've gone through his form
Teo.
and they said his worst runs have been when he's carried a lot of weight. So I think that's not a bad theory.
Well, it's something.
Grass from the straws.
Go find something.
I reckon this customer, he's a bit soft.
He has ran a really good race at Caulfield.
Yeah.
And he ran a really ordinary race at Caulfield. So I don't know, it's whichever way the coin lands with him tomorrow.
If he was a plumber, would you be betting on him turning up?
Probably not. Not in this weather.
Anyway, I think
he's 16 to 1 for a reason.
He's got the ability, but whether he's 100% genuine, I'm not sure. But anyway, hey, on his best form, he can run a place.
I suppose the way Caulfield's been playing, if he sits up outside the leader, it might be to his advantage.
He needs to be outside the leader, not inside the leader.
Yeah, doesn't like him crowded him, does he?
No, he's a bit soft when it counts.
I think next in order a runner's a serious suspect.
Well,
Might as well be in a Group 1 race.
His second favourite in a race worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the odds-on favourite is a horse called Pippi that won the Ugly Plate, and we only get a kilo off it.
Yeah, ridiculous. Well, it's...
I don't know how this weight scale works. Like, it's probably a 6 kilo better horse than us.
Oh, well, I think the what do you call it? The ratings probably say about 8 kilos.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're
So,
at
look,
92.
everyone expects Pippi to win. It's drawn wide, we've drawn inside, so if it goes forward and goes to the lead, and then Ben Mellon will try and stack them up, and hopefully we'll be sitting right behind it or on the outside of it, and we'll get our chance to have a run at it. Whether, you know, based on the weights, we probably can't beat it, but if we run second, that'd be a good result. And if Pippi's not on the game on the day or can't run the 1200, Pete, there is a little query about the 1200.
Someone tries to take her on.
I
don't think anyone will.
We're a fluker's hope, but I think we should be running a place.
It's probably going to be the first race in half a dozen where he hasn't led and dictated. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. But he'll have a nice bunny to chase.
Given that Pippi's drawn 13, do they go, well, we're suspect at 1200 from 13, do we take a sit?
No, I don't think they'll take a sit.
You don't?
No.
All right, let's see.
I don't think so. Well, she picked 3 in front the opening play.
Let's see. Let's see what they do.
Well, look, she might sit outside us.
It'll be fascinating.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't sit outside us. I'd hate to see that. I'd rather be sitting outside it.
Yeah, well, 1, it can be a bit of manoeuvring, Brad, from 1. I don't like 1 with him. I wish it was 2. because then you get the option, you're off the fence already.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
anyway, he'll run well, he can't help it run well. He's been
got to
top
run top 3, hasn't he?
I would hope so. Top 3.
Tactically, it'll be fascinating to watch.
Third would be about 40,000, so the second must be 80 or 90,000. It's as good as a win anyway.
Well, anything can happen on the day, and he's going well.
Why not measure him? Well, you get to see, you know, we know.
Test yourself against the course.
Exactly. And the last of our 3 is Hasseltoff. I think it's in the last race.
Is it?
Mile. Horse should have probably won 2 or 3. He's been beaten probably all up 2 inches his last 2 runs.
Why do you think he's been beaten, Pete?
Just probably because he hasn't quite got there.
Why is that, Pete? Pilot error?
No, barrier hasn't helped the pilot.
You know what I'd like to see?
What's that?
Some of these jockeys change careers.
What team?
Pilots in aeroplanes. How many do you reckon would crash?
You wouldn't have too many. They wouldn't be making a living.
Actually, maybe we
They'd only do it once.
Can we employ pilots to be jockeys? Because they're pretty. They get it right most times.
Who's that? The pilots?
Actual
Well,
pilots.
they have to, don't they?
Well, they don't make mistakes.
There's been the odd one that's made a mistake here and there, but they've never had a chance for a redemption.
So, you've taken Bo Mertens off.
No, I haven't.
He's not on it.
Yeah, no, I haven't taken him off.
Haven't you?
No.
You didn't sack him?
No, Bo might have.
I think that text you sent me straight after the race might have
No,
said something different.
no.
Actually, I'm going to show you. Oh, I haven't got my phone. So, Noel Keller.
Bo, yeah, well, the horse will know he's been in a race, especially at the end, because Noel is as vigorous as anyone. Gate 10 is a concern, but it's probably not, because we're probably just going to sit midfield anyway.
Well, if we get a bit of drizzle and we're in the last
Well, it
race,
might be the place to be.
it could be.
Yeah.
But we live in hope. But
He's a good 12 to 1 each way chance.
I don't reckon he's going to be 6 lengths tailed off at the 400.
No, he won't. No, he's like,
It's a hard race.
if he had a couple of ones beside his name, he'd be a $6 chance in this race.
It should be a $6 chance.
But
But
he's 12, so
it's an exciting prospect.
yep, could be interesting if he wins the race, Darren. A lot of money goes
What happens
straight
if
into
he
the coffers.
wins? What happens if he wins? What does Bo Mertens think? Bastards took me off.
He's probably going to offset this horse up.
Or do you think he knows that he probably should have won on it?
Yeah, well, look,
You're not saying much.
no, well, he's an inch off winning it. He's an inch off losing it.
What, you think we've been harsh?
Well, he's given the owners an extra 6 points. If you want to have a bet.
It's cost us 100.
Oh, it cost us 30, I think. I think it was 42.
100 sounds
we got
better.
12, yeah. Anyway,
let's not get the truth in the way of a good story.
I think you said before, you know the jocks will be having a fair dinkum crack here because it's worth 5%. Like it's probably worth 13 to 15,000 in their pocket. So
Yeah, well, that's
they're all going to be out
It's a
there
big
having a
pay,
crack.
ain't
Yeah, huge.
Anyway,
Well, we had a
Vobus.
bit of luck at this before. Firehouse Rock was come back a few years. He won one of these, didn't he?
No, it's good. The Vobus, it's a great place to breed a horse in Victoria when you can get to these Vobus days. I mean, you've got to have a good horse.
Yeah.
And luckily, we've got a couple there that go good. And yeah, we'll mention Broadway in 4th as well with Mitch Freeman. I think the favourite's Third Emergency, so if it doesn't go to run, I think Broadway in 4th will be favourite.
Yep.
And I think it went in first up the other day, ran maybe 4th or 5th.
4th.
It was back in traffic, and I know it was underdone, missed a couple of gallops,
Yep.
so it'll have come on massive for Saturday, and I think it's a massive chance. And good luck to Mungan Street Thoroughbreds and Mitch Freeman. And
Yep.
she's a lovely filly, and Broadway Harmony, she was a great mare, and she's doing the job on the track as a brood mare now, so a lot to look forward to with her.
Mitch has always had a huge
Well, I think
opinion.
he's got some group race in Adelaide pegged out for her.
Yeah, well, she won Cox Plate Day and then went to, was it the Coolmore, the Group 1 race down the straight. Just beat 5, but I mean, Exceedance won that, so...
Well, I think he's got Moonlight Maid in against us in one of the races,
yeah.
so he better not be beating us.
Yeah, well,
Otherwise, I'll just pick everything up here, Pete. Take him around to Archie's.
Just bring this truck back next week
Take him down to Daniel's.
to the real trainers.
Yeah, proper
Trainers. So that's our Saturday. So, yeah,
Interesting day.
it's a good day to be in front of the TV.
Well, given it's going to be 12 degrees in Berrenberg, I think it will be a good place.
Get the barrel full of wood and away we go.
That's it.
Sunday, Fact or Fable is, I wrote down where that is, Pakenham. Oh, there's a jumps meeting there. And
Is that Sunday?
yeah, and this is on the synthetic.
Oh, well, she doesn't handle the wet. She's a filly that's got to go to the sale before the breeding season.
Yeah.
Her and Angel Lass, so we're just trying to get something out of the situation before we move her on.
0 to 58, can't get no weaker, so she gets her chance. So as much as she hadn't had a run for about 6 weeks for various reasons. But
that looks good out there, Pete.
Yeah, thank God we're in the truck there.
I'm supposed to be concreting this afternoon.
Yeah, that'll work. Concrete will be wet for a while.
Yeah.
So that's all we have in terms of officials.
Right.
But
who's down to run next week?
We've got
possibly
Rotorua.
Rotorua.
We're trialling up good.
Yep.
As my nose runs. Angel Lass will get a run somewhere.
Yep.
Road to Fate. Oh, these are actually all nominated for Ballarat.
When's that?
Must be Monday or Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, right?
Yes. I'm trying to think. Terrain Cup Sunday. We got nothing there for.
No, Wayne Johnson rang me disappointed yesterday that we haven't got a run.
Not that we could go anyway.
No.
Whitemore, another one nominated for Ballarat and Mornington, and also Passaggio nominated for.
Oh, he's ready to go, is he?
Yeah, well, in the noms, I'll know more by the time I get home from here in an hour, whether a few of those run, and that's basically it. So I'll pop them up on the screen.
Okay.
Don't think there's anything else. Now the tipping. This went gangbusters.
So who's your best for the week?
Oh, my best.
Who do you think wins?
Oh, I'd be backing. Oh, I don't know. I'd be backing Hasseltoff each way at the price. I think that's my. You could probably come out a serious suspect up with the favourite if you like.
Would you take Hasseltoff at what is he? 12 to 1.
12 to 1.
Broadway fourth at $5.
So yeah,
and,
to win.
What's the other one?
Serious suspect.
Serious suspect to place. Could you take a multi?
Well, you'd probably get $1.80 serious suspect with $2 plus, maybe $6.50, maybe.
Yeah, I think there's a multi there to be had.
Right, so you got even money to place.
And then if you want to throw in some of the odds on pops like Mr. Quickie and some of them,
now we're getting greedy.
You could build a multi to what, 30 to 1?
So what? Right, yeah, you could. Well, those three, our three.
I reckon Vobers Day is a great day to have a multi because there's a lot of good things on the card. Because the better horses, they win.
Your three, you bred. Even money to place, serious suspect.
Yep.
Into $5 Broadway and fourth. That's 10 to win.
Yep.
That's $10.
Yep.
Into Hasseltoff at $3.50 a place. 35 to 1.
Yeah. But if Broadway and fourth, I think the favourite comes out, it'll come into $3.
So it might be.
So it might be 25.
So,
then you're throwing Mr. Quickie at $1.80 and you're throwing
it's 50 to 1.
Saab to wear a suit, 10 to 1.
10, no, two's on tomorrow, you'll have a suit on.
The fact Pete Morgandi to sit in front of the fire and have 4 cans, $1.40.
$1.03. That's $1.02.
No, you can take a multi already.
Yeah, multi
it up.
Back hours each way and multi them up, you'll be around the money.
I think that's what I might do, Pete.
Yep,
Mind you, I'm not betting during lockdown.
And I don't know La Pietra and Factor Fable, I don't know whether.
I wouldn't be betting on them.
So it's pretty easy. Have a look at Saturday and look at ours.
Yeah. All right. Now the tipping comp.
Wet gangbusters.
How many entries?
About 130.
130.
I'm thinking it's about 60 or 70 at midday, and I've got my little table
spreadsheet going.
And I was sitting there, I went and sat at the couch, and all I could hear was ting, 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 all these emails come through. But it was good. I tell you, we got into the last run. Now, there was a mistake in the adding up, which is nothing unusual when I added up, but I had Glenn Duncan and Maureen Clues as leaders on 16. Well, I had Glenn's best bet wrong, so he actually ended up on 12. Maureen's the leader on 16.
Just to remind me, 4 points for the win,
yeah,
was it?
There's 4 races, which are the quaddie races. 4 a win, 2 for second, 1 for third.
And you label your best bet?
Label your best bet, you get double points,
right.
which a lot got their double points with, I can't remember the races now, but we got to the last leg and there was actually 3 people that actually tipped the first 3. They were going in tipping the quaddie in one hit, but none of them got a place.
Oh yeah, because the favourite ran that.
Yeah. So we ended up with Maureen on 16 and there's about 8 or 10 people on 12. So there's a lot tipped 2 or 3 winners.
So they all front up again this week?
Front up again, the quaddie legs, and away we go.
Are you going to send a reminder?
I'll send a reminder out
today. Because they'll probably forget.
I don't know if the leaders will forget.
No, but some of the others might.
Yeah. There's a few that didn't draw a blow too, Darren. We won't mention names.
Was Liz one of them?
No, me and Liz got a winner each.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can't win the prize, but we just want to show our skill. I've actually got in first race, best bet lobs, order of command.
Oh, I thought it was.
What's that?
I thought it was the best bet of the day.
Yeah, and I didn't get another point after that, so at least got a winner too.
Well, the only runner, Hasseltoff will be a leg.
Yep.
I'm not sure about Broadway fourth if
Yeah,
it's a leg.
it's a leg.
So it'll be interesting to see if anyone follows the ATB horses or they just use their brain, not their heart.
Well, I mean, trouble is, what happens is a lot do.
What are you going to do? I'm going to be checking your tips. And I must say, Pete did send his tips through to Liz before.
Yeah. I thought if I tip 4 winners, no one will believe me.
No, well, we know you put yours in afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
And you still can't get 4.
I'm just having a quick look here if I can actually find Caulfield. So we start, so the last race is Hasseltoff.
Yep.
He's number 7, we've got Moonlight Maid.
Yep.
Then the second last race is Broadway 4th.
Yep.
And then the second last is, what's in that? I like that, Eduardo, first up.
Yep.
Sprint race, that's hard, it's $5 a field. What's the first leg? Gee, that's open too.
So we've got 2 of our runners, 2 of our homebreds in the last 2.
That 2-year-old's impossible. If you can tip 4 winners tomorrow,
you'll be going what?
You get a free share in the Fast Out Rock. It's only 20 grand.
You're paying for that.
Righto. So that's it. Well done to the people that had a crack at trying to name those 10 winners too.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing, and some got it. Got all 10. Are you going to publish who they were?
Jared Andrews.
I think some cheated, Pete.
Yeah, they went back and looked on our score sheets.
I think they went back to our website and went through the results.
Some they denied a couple. But
yeah, no, we've got a tracking device on our website. We can see who goes to that table. Jared Andrews.
IP address.
Jared Andrews.
Jared Andrews.
Went in there 3 times. He did.
But Jared, well done. Sandy Newman, I think she 8 out of 10 at her first
Good
go,
effort.
and then got the 2, and Wyland Bolton and Max and Adele had a go, and a couple others. So
anyway, we'll publish those results, and you can have a look.
Our winners from 1980 now. Make it hard.
1980.
We got any there?
No, I was still at school.
Put skewers races up.
No, that wasn't 80.
90s, what was that? Late 90s or the 2000s?
Well, maybe we could have a different sort of comp this week.
I'll have to nut something else out.
I think we could. Why don't we ask them to nominate all the group winners ATB have had?
Oh, that's a good idea. There you go. I'll put that out in the reminder to the
You'll have to go and find out who they are and how many there were. And you have to name them in order. And the trainer.
Includes internationals too.
Yes.
There you go.
That'll be
all our group winners.
That's it.
Not listed. Group 1, 2 or 3.
There you go. That'll give them something to do this weekend.
A few straight off the top of my head. But
you're telling me earlier that betting turnover's up, alcohol consumption's up at home. I think ATB are contributing significantly to that.
Beck's got better at drinking
Has
with the homeschooling.
I think there's a lot of mums and dads out there that are finding homeschooling a challenge.
We've got one at home that's fully attentive to everything.
Jonah, well, he's a very studious young man.
We've got one that's got a span of about 20 minutes.
Marley, she's thrown to you.
Yes, that comment did come up a bit across social media. We know.
No, there's lots of mums and dads out there saying that now they realise why they didn't go into teaching, and they've got a newfound respect for the teachers. Because I think particularly with the younger children, it's
well, they've got no idea why they're still at home, and no idea why they have to.
Yeah, that's right. It's very confusing.
Your 12-year-old's got a grasp on what's going on, but
this is the world we live in today, Pete.
Yeah, and look, I must throw out full respect to the teachers for the way they've set it up.
Yeah.
It's all, like Jonah knows he's there at 9 o'clock, he sits down, he's got 6 hours with breaks. Like they still have their play breaks and all that.
So it is still the full 6 hours?
Full 6.
Well, I noticed a young lad that lives up the road from us, he's doing homeschooling.
Yep.
And I saw him out on his bike at 2 p.m. yesterday, so I'm not sure what class that was.
I know. So we had Easter Monday, must have been Wednesday, kicked off, and the teacher did a roll call, and I think there was 9 out of 23 Jonah's first class, so he was a bit disappointed not there. Then I had to laugh. They had, where are you set up? Because there's a bit of a privacy thing. You can't do it from your bedroom, and all that's got to be a sort of an environment set up like school. And I come to one kid there and they said, "Oh, where are you set up, Billy?" And he said, "Oh, I'm in Mum's car. She's in shopping at the supermarket."
Mobile.
I had to laugh, but no, look, it's well set up. And look, to be honest, I can't, you know, as long as it doesn't go for 12 months, if it's a 3-month setup, the kids, if it's this term, they won't lose nothing because it's very professionally, especially for secondary. It's a lot different for primary.
Yeah.
But PE's interesting.
Physical education.
Yeah.
How's that work?
Well, Jody sat there and did nothing. It's a bit, well, you can't do much, can you? Unless you make it not practical, what do you call it?
I'm surprised they still sort of have those classes.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, still have them. So Jonah's quite happy to just sit there. Jumped on the Xbox, I think.
Right.
So
no handstands or no push-ups?
No. Marley's dancing school has still got her doing it. She's,
online?
I actually was filming her doing it online there, and she called me filming, and she goes, "Dad!" But they, you know, good on them. I mean, it's quite easy to sit back and just do nothing, but they're all loving it.
A little bit of normality.
Sort of.
Righto.
Sun's coming out now.
Mate, I'm cold, I'm going.
All right. Better wind them up.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
I don't know more.
Well, until next week, I'm Darren Dance with Peter Morganti. Have a great weekend. Happy punting on Super Vobas Saturday at Caulfield. It's a shame we can't be there to cheer them home, but we'll do it from the lounge room instead. All the best for the weekend.
But here comes Yogi. It's a picnic, all right. Yogi raced to the lead from Truly High, and Yogi won it.
At the 300, Astrolabe by a couple of lengths now. Here's Yogi from the back. He's starting to pick up ground now. It's Astrolabe a length and a half to Yogi, and then Concubine, but Yogi's coming home clearly the better. Grabbed the lead in the dying stages, and from a long way back, Yogi for Jack Hill drew away, beat Astrolabe a length and a half.
Now Yogi on the outside in hot pursuit, followed next in the field by Kawabata. Simply Invincible below the 200, gobbled up by Yogi. Yogi moves up on the outside, wants to lug in, but took the lead from Simply Invincible. And C. Williams is going to bounce back today. Yogi won it by a length and 3/4, Simply Invincible. Where's Yogi? It's still about 4th to 5th last at this stage. So it's Passover down the dip at the 350, getting weary, and the Willie B on the outside claims it. They're 2 lengths in front of Street Spun, and here comes Yogi now. The Willie B below the 200. Yogi is coming out after it hard. Yogi moves up, takes the Willie B, then Street Spun the Thug, but it's Yogi. Yogi coming clear, and Williams hits back and draws level in the premiership.
Zebek, 200 to go. Checkered Flag's wandering all over the place. Yogi goes up to Checkered Flag, and they set 2 now at the 100. Yogi and Checkered Flag. Yogi and Checkered Flag. Stride for stride, they hit it. Yogi's just won it from Checkered Flag.
Yogi moved clear inside the 200 metre mark from Benzini, Exalted Lightning and Silent Warrior, but Yogi, he looked the good thing on the program, and there's no boo-boo. It's Yogi. Yogi first.
Mito, then Yogi, but taking the lead Azuro. 150 metres to go from Kelstorm, Von Jamask and Yogi late in the shadows. Azuro, Yogi's flying. Azuro stopping. Here comes the bear. Yogi over the top has beaten Azuro. Last try. Then lure me in. Yogi's running on as well at the 50. Cool Chap takes the lead. Here comes the bear. Over the top first up. Yogi's won it